which was of course developed in a collaborative fashion by many people across the globe. Now it is a very powerful force. So essentially it's an information standard. Please bear that in mind. Why do you need XBRL? Now look at one aspect. There is a lack of standardization. If you look at the way companies report information, you see so many terms being thrown about, so many different labels being used, so many descriptions. So for somebody to make sense of it, it's not that easy. And computers, will not be able to make sense of anything unless there are rules behind that. So when you have lack of standardization, XBRL is very useful. Mind you, your ability to work with your words, that is not taken away. You can label the way you want, but the computers will understand what is meant by when you say, for example, property, plant, and equipment. Many people say it differently. You can see different companies talking about this simple thing called PPE in different terminology, different language labels. But XBRL standardizes. That is why it is important. It validates, extremely important. Now this is something we have seen. We have seen more than 200 listed companies whose annual reports have discrepancies. It is astounding, but it's true. Many times you see what is given in the subtotal in the schedule do not really tally with what is there in the main P&L or balance sheet. We have seen a company which has given the same cash flow statement for 3 years. Same thing. Could be a printing mistake, could be the printer's double, but the mistake is real. When I get it, I'm really lost. I don't know whether it's true or not. So there is a crying need for validation. When you work with information, when you work with, actually typically in an annual report, you have more than 3,000, 4,000 information pieces which you assemble together, be it your numbers or be it your text. There are a large number of information pieces that you bring together. Don't you need validation? Of course you need. And that's the promise of XBRL. You have validation, you have standardization. Now, how does it work? It works because of this ubiquitous thing called an XBRL tag. It's a barcode. Now, if you look at the bottle of water over there, you see a barcode on any, these days, any good that you buy, any stuff you buy from a department store, you see a barcode. Now the barcode, if you look back, revolutionized the retail industry. The big retail giants were born because they could manage the supply chain of physical goods using technology and this thing called barcode. So you know how to manage your inventory, you know how to manage your stores, you know how to manage your customers, you know how to make sure that things are accounted. The barcode played a very important role. In the virtual world, for financial information, for business information, you can also use a barcode. And that's what XBRL employs. XBRL employs this second important message, a barcode which is understood by computers. And not only that, it doesn't just mention this is that. It also mentions this is related to this and that in this manner. It talks about relationships. And this information goes along with the value, say 100 crores of sales, which computers can understand and further process. So please remember, it's all about a simple barcode which is in the virtual world. And that is how XBRL is powered. This again, it talks about, as I said, everything together, something called, again, you see XBRL, there are jargons. We can't escape that because it has been built by accountants, consultants, and IT people. So there is no escape from jargons. So we have something called the taxonomy, which actually came from zoology. The origin of the word is from zoology, for classification of different types of life. Taxonomy essentially means a way of categorizing financial information, or any information for that matter. And you have an XBRL taxonomy which typically reflects your gap and information which is built on top of the gap. XBRL also is extensible. That is why this X, it is extensible business reporting language. Extensible means you can have your own way of expressing something within the overall umbrella, overall framework of the standard. You are free to use, let your creative juices flow. Nobody is stopping that. And that's what XBRL helps you, along with a number of other things as well. Now, who develops this? XBRL is, as I said, developed initially by a few accountants and technologists. It is now managed by a consortium, international non-profit consortium, which has several countries as jurisdictions. Now, India is a jurisdiction too. The Indian consortium, or Indian jurisdiction, I'm sorry, is managed by the ICAI. Now, I'm told that it's a new Section 25 company. So there will be a specific set of people who will be managing the consortium or the jurisdiction for India. The whole standard is built in a true democratic, collaborative fashion by people across countries, across disciplines. You have regulators, you have accountants, you have consultants, you have technologists. Together they build the standard. It's still evolving because there are more requirements coming in. The government has stepped in. So you are encouraged to go to the www.xbrl.org and learn more about it. Of course, you can email me as well. But it is an open source standard. There is no fee for using the XBRL information standard. Please remember that. Otherwise, ICA will not be backing it. The government will not be backing it. Countries across the world will not be jumping onto the bandwagon. It's an open, free, open source, free of cost standard. You can use it if you want to. Okay, I'll just go through some of this thing. Inside XBRL, it talks about, something called link basis. We'll skip that. We have to, of course, look at time. What XBRL can do, it essentially allows for intelligent data. I'll again go through this. We'll come to some more interesting slides. Essentially, if you are a producer of information, if you are a company, if you are the accounts department, XBRL's promise is, if you prepare once, you can reuse. You can reuse because the information is stored in its entirety with all the attributes, so that if you are using it for your accounting purpose for, say, your investors, you can use it for your bankers, you can use it for your income tax filing. You don't have to really recreate. The current world in the typical CFO's department is usually a bit chaotic, because there are a lot of versions, information is lost in its different versions and the different formats you prepare. With XBRL, you prepare once, you reuse. If you're a consumer, if you're a banker, if you're an analyst, if you're a regulator, if you're an investor, information can flow into your applications. You don't have to hunt for it. You can find the full glory of information with its relationships, and you can make your judgments. Your efficiency improves remarkably. These people can use it, and if you look at each of these sections of users, you will find you have CAs in each of these. The chartered accountant community is going to be a very big user, a very big, what should I say, an area, a very big team which is going to leverage the power of XBRL. Now, again, I ask you to look at what is happening if you typically produce, say, an annual report. You have information coming from your financial systems. You have explanatory disclosures, say notes to accounts, or your contingent liabilities. Your other information, which you again put together, say management discussion, you put together CARO, and then you make into different formats, Excel, Doc, PDF. It's all done based on the way a particular accountant will follow. Then it goes to receivers. You have the external stakeholders. You have the rating agencies, regulators, lenders, analysts, investors, whole host of people. This is the way currently the world works. You have multiple formats, multiple information, multiple users. If you XBRL, your data sources in your one standard, and this standard can express itself. Information encapsulated in XBRL can express itself across formats, across Word, Excel, PDF, and to different constituencies. It can also flow directly into applications of the users. So that's the